Hello everyone, my name is Damian Krasinski, the owner and operator of DK Film Studios, and today we've got another development log for you all. Let's get on to this. We've got a couple of things to go over this time around. Not much, but we've got some stuff to go over. Alright, before we get into pre-development, I just realized I forgot to add something, discuss something a bit here. A bit of administrative stuff. So I've reworked a bit of the timeline here. I need to adjust this a bit. I still need to work on adjusting this, but at the current moment, this is how things need to be adjusted. And since I'm here, I've been meaning to do this. For all of you who are new here, we're going to kind of go over what each stage in my process means so you understand what it is. So, pre-development, that's basically when I'm figuring out the idea for the story. It's brand new. It's in there. I'm looking to get it started. I want to try to get a script done before I move on to anything else. So at least the script is made, and I can move on to the next project. When it comes time to work on that film, I can sit down and I can look and I go, okay, that film is ready to go now. Now development, I've kind of pushed back when that starts. Pushed up. I have to start working on the second script now. I can't. And now I'm not going to announce it in pre-development until I have a title figured out. And I'm confident that we're going to have this film be made now. It can be made shortly. I don't want a film that's been announced, that's in limbo for a while, and struggle and be sitting there for a while waiting to be really worked on. I may adjust that as time goes on, but we'll see. Pre-production, basically when I've had my producer. I've started a budget. I got a budget. We have our act. We start our search for the actors, and location scouting beginning. Though that is probably going to be more earlier in the process because I'm realizing with the stuff that's happened with the search, figure out the locations first. Figure out locations as soon as possible because that'd be good. And would be good to do. So this means like with Agent vs. Agent right now, I need to start looking for some possible locations to film it. I have a plan to go to DC soon to reach out to check out these people in this one location, this one place that I would like to film in, see if it's possible to film in there, and if it is, what I'd have to do to be able to film in there. And yeah, basically this is when we're getting everything ready, put together, go. Production is basically when we're going to film it. It starts about a week or two before we film, depending on when the devlogs are, just so that way you guys know when it's out. Post-production starts a week or two after filming. Again, same deal. Happens whenever the devlogs are. Ready to release is when we finished getting the film made. All the stuff's been done. And the film is up ready to go on YouTube, and the thumbnail, description, and posts regarding it are made. And then released is when it's released on YouTube. It gets moved from the development tracker to the release tracker, and we focus on that for a month, see how it's doing in that month time span, and then see compare and contrast how it's doing with other films. And after that month, we kind of just, I'll keep it. You'll see it in the dev tracker. It's just not going to be, there's not really much more to talk about. So it's done, it's out, you'll be able to watch it whenever. So yeah, and now that this is all out of the way, now into what's in pre-development. We've got something in pre-development, it is being referred to as an untitled horror short film. It is a short film that Amber is working on writing. Yes, we're working with her still. You're gonna be hearing a bit more from her in a little later, but you'll be seeing more of her. It involves a creepy nursery rhyme that'll help uncover the secrets about a family that died. They basically died. And she's begun to think about the idea. Should be able to work on it at some point in the near future. She kind of already has like the framework. She knows what the main idea and the story is. She's got to work on making that into a script. I'm going to help her with that, of course. This is going to be our first horror film. At least should get made unless I come up with a horror film that can be made easily. But this will be something big. This will be something we'll be doing. Always exciting to work with her. Really excited to be working on having another project in the pipeline with her. Be ready to hear a lot more because we've got some other projects to come up in the near future that are also gonna have her. Yes, I'll still make my own, but it's like couldn't hurt to have her be a part of this since hey, she's a whole we gotta work on our relationship in the film together. So it'll be fun to do. I'm looking forward to working on this. From what she has told me, I like the idea. I think it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun to do. I think it'll be very. I think it'll come out nicely. I think I'll like it. I think it'll work, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she puts everything, how it all comes together. So. Now, into pre-production, we have a bit of an update on The Search. Not much. I am going to be playing a video, Amber recorded about her feelings and her thoughts on, about the film. Get her idea, so you understand where she's at as well on this. We both feel the same way, but, I'm gonna play that, and then I'll kind of discuss a couple of the points that she made in there.
Okay, hi, I'm Amber. I'm the creator of the Chase series, the one universe that The Search is based in. Clearly, Davey and I didn't get to recording me talking about this while I was up there. I am back home, so I'm just going to record something real quick to let everybody know my thoughts about the whole thing. Other than completely devastating to find out 2 days beforehand, because I did find out roughly the same time as Damien. I was at work because I had only one day before filming and one day after filming that we were supposed to be doing off for travel time because I only live about 3 hours away, so I had to drive there. I didn't want to be driving to Richmond. Did we say we were filming Richmond? I can edit this out. To the location. In the early ass crack of dawn. I didn't want to be doing that. He didn't want to do that. Well, we were going to be doing that anyway. Let me get my thoughts in order. So I found out the same day. He called me when I got off work. I told him when I got off. He kept it vague on purpose, basically saying, hey, I found out something, we need to talk about it when you get off work. So basically, as soon as I clocked out of my job, I was like, hey, what's going on? And that is when he told me that one of the lead actors was saying they couldn't do the schedule, essentially. They had agreed to some other job offer, and I get it. We're not paying anyone, so I get it, but it really inconvenient, especially since this was a lead, and there was no, he was already the replacement for a different actor who had to pull out for complications as well, so very inconvenient, so we basically were like, well, let's see what we can do. He suggested, maybe we can cut some of the scenes with this guy and just do filming. I was like, no, I don't think we can cut him. He's literally the other main character. But maybe we can film the scenes without him. And when we get another person, we'll go back and film. And I was like, the other lead will have to do that too. But I was thinking about it. We were talking about it as I was exiting work. And it just came to a head of there's no way to do that. Both of those characters, or at least one of those characters, is going to be in every scene. So it got to the point where we were like, we have to postpone. And I had already asked for a ton of time off at the time that I was getting ready to head to his place so we could get to the location and all that. I had gotten a secondary job, so I was finalizing that. So trying to ask for time off for both jobs, especially so soon after I joined the other one, not gonna work. So we were like, well, this is screwed. This sucks. So we decided to postpone it to next year. Not super thrilled about that, let me tell you. He and I were on the phone the entire time I was going back home. Because, I mean, I had made plans to travel up. Actually, the weekend that I'm recording this, we were also supposed to be filming, so I have the time off. Sorry, my Bruce, my dog. Dog tax. Anyway. So like this weekend I also have the time. We're still talking about things moving forward. There's some other stuff now that we have the time, which at least we have time to like make sure everything else is good to go. I think he just told me that some costume pieces I didn't know were missing just came in this weekend. I didn't know they weren't there yet, so yeah, good thing we weren't filming. He and I also checked out the location that we were going to be filming at, which we had wanted to do beforehand, but didn't have time because it's a whole thing. But we were in crunch mode, and we were like, oh crap. So we don't have time to do that. But we did, since filming was pulled out, and I decided, well, I'm going to go up anyway and hang out. We went to the location. Really cool location, really fun, had lots of fun, great location. I'm actually looking forward to filming there anyway when we eventually get to it. But the one thing we found out is that it is incredibly busy at this time of year because it's a public location. So I'm hoping that with the new dates we're thinking about is like fall, maybe. No guarantee on that one, but we're thinking about fall. One, a lot of people are going to be wearing like jackets and stuff. Like I have one of the costume pieces right here. One of the characters, it's a vest. It's very heavy. It's denim vest with a hood sewn onto it. Very heavy, okay? So like, it's August. People were going to be sweating. I was going to be sweating. Maybe in the fall it won't be as bad. The only issue is I'm the only one without a proper jacket for the character that I'm playing. So I'm gonna be cold, but that's fine. I'll do it. I got this. We are trying to keep in touch with some of the other people who have expressed interest in staying involved, because we of course had to let everyone know that it was not happening. That was really crushing. So we're gonna try and keep in touch. Depending on dates. Might have to look for people again. Kind of hope not, but we're definitely going to make sure we're on top of this and we have everything figured out and under control. Sorry if you could hear chewing. My dog is nibbling on his toy down there. We need to make sure we have all the costume pieces. If there's any last minute changes, it's not last minute anymore. We need to make any changes, adjustments that we weren't originally going to make to the costumes because we didn't have the time. That too. Making sure we got all the props we want. And I mean, Damien and I checked out the location, one of the locations. I don't know if we're going to check out the second location beforehand. Maybe. Who knows? Not putting that out there. We could make sure we know where we want to film in these areas. We did find a lot of cool spots and stuff like that while we were exploring the one location, and we've got pictures and an idea of what it's like and also how long it's going to take to travel between spots at that location. So, I mean, some silver lining here, we're a little bit more prepared, and we're able to be more prepared than I felt like we were when we were going to be filming anyway. But yeah, I'm not super thrilled. I had told a bunch of people that we were going to be filming, and I've had to slowly, over the course of the week since I came back from hanging out with Damien, that's not happening anymore. So that's, it's fun. It's great. Looking forward to other projects, because he and I talked about it. We were having a bit of a rough patch working together. We had not really worked together on projects like this before, so it was inevitable. Kind of glad that we ran into it on this early enough so that we could figure that out. And we're talking about doing other projects. I have a couple of ideas. He's got a couple of ideas. So, I mean, expect to see more of me, I guess. I'm gonna be around, not necessarily acting. Really, who knows? The search so far was the only one that I was thinking of even acting in. That's just one of the chase films we were thinking of doing. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna move along.
You're back, right? You're back. We're good. All right. You understand what you're talking about? All right. Let's comment a bit on what was said there. So the location that we looked at, it was amazing. Belle Isle. That was where we were looking at for filming for a good chunk of the film. Loved it. It was beautiful. Loved hanging out with her over there. It was really nice. The weekend was perfect for filming. Oh my god, it was perfect for filming. It was perfect for filming. But it is what it is. I'm probably gonna use that location for other films. It's got the vibes I need. The Untitled Sci-Fi short film could be filmed beautifully there. I think it would work nicely. I'll have to, of course, see about doing that. But that's a thing of a future thing. And something I'll be looking into expanding on a bit down the line. We are looking of filming in fall. My thinking is we try to shoot in early fall, not late fall, but we will see. Especially given, it'll be a bit cooler, not as hot as summer. People won't be, dying. But also Amber won't be freezing, as she mentioned in there. So yeah. And you did hear her right. Yes, there was a bit of there's a rough patch in this for us. This was our first film to work on, and not just that. She technically is over me in the film. On this film, she's the mastermind of this world. I'm just coming in and playing a little bit in her world. That kind of got contested a little bit. I'm not going to get into much detail about it, but we had to hash it out. Moving forward, we're going to sit down, we're going to figure out, for this project, and ones that are mainly by her, what our roles are going to, how we're going to handle my role, and who's going to be handling what, essentially. When it comes to, collaborative stuff, we'll, I feel like we'll divvy up the details a bit there. We've got a couple of projects we're working on that are collaborative, and, yeah, we'll have a bit of a better time with those, I think, than the other one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to working with her again. I think this would be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's basically it for the search. Not really much to go over there. I was mainly just showing her video. I wasn't gonna really do anything else other than that video. That was kind of the crux of everything there. But yeah. Last but not least, before we get into the development tracker, misunderstanding. Progress is being made on some of the scenes. Let's go. I have gotten a look at the first scene, and I'm quite happy with how it looks. I did inform the VFX artist that I'd like to try to get this done before the end of the year. He's gonna do, he said he shouldn't be a problem, which is fine. I love hearing that. It makes me good to know, that we should be able to get this done by the end of the year, because I want to get this out. I want to get this out before next year. If it's that I'm releasing the trailer in December, that's fine. I will at least it's getting out early next year. If it happens to be that I don't even get the trailer out by the end of by December, that's fine. I'll plan ahead a bit. At least it'll be done by the end of the year. At least hopefully it should be done by the end of the year. So I can then take that and I'll plan a May release if that happens to be that way. But we'll see. We'll see. Things are still in the works, of course. And now, without further ado, let's get into the next thing. The dev tracker. So as you can see, we have on here the Untitled horror short film that has been added. As noted, Amber needs to work on fleshing out the idea. That's on her. I'll help her take what she has, whatever she writes for me, and turn it into a script for her. Of course, I'll put her name on it. That is the thing there. From there, once I get that, we'll get a script made. I'll see about making any adjustments to it if needed. Look it over myself. Give her some suggestions on what we can do, and go from there. Everything else is kind of where they're at. I haven't really been working I need to get back to the dystopian short film. I really like the idea of that, and I want to show that. Work on that. I'll maybe this weekend, if not next. We'll see. Agent versus Agent is coming out. Is being worked on currently. I'm working on getting that dealt with. I'm gonna start getting the ball rolling soon regarding that. And go from there. But yeah, so I'm gonna be working on that. I'm gonna start getting the ball rolling on that film. We'll see, of course. And yeah, everything else has been what's been released has been released. Not really much else to say there. But yeah. That's basically it. I hope you all enjoyed this devlog. I enjoyed making it for you guys. I'm really excited to see what you guys are here. I'm really excited to hear what you guys are interested in seeing. I would love to hear your thoughts on what's coming up and what's to come out next. And yeah, this is Damien from DK Film Studios signing off, and I'll see you all in the next one.